What is up, guys, and welcome to the start of an around the world trip for Drift Games. We are heading to first stop Australia, then to New Zealand, and then back to the USA. Lucas is here.
What up?
Josh is here. Adam's here. And I've just got off a flight from LA that was 11 hours. So let's get on another plane, travel across the world, and see what we see.
Let them know I'm all in. Let them know, let them know. Let them know I'm all in. Let them know, let them know. Let them know I'm all in. Let them know, let them know. Make a rap in the building. Yeah, double or nothing, I'm all in. I don't hang with all the fake people you call friends. Me and my amigos go to move with caution. That's what you do when you got the power like Austin. Exhausting, saying the truth, but no one listen. Out to go and get it, let's form.
Next up, Dubai.
Yes, sir. The blow, who's going with them? Wanna go fast or far, you choose the distance. You know, when I go, when it's a rap, kudos.
So we're in Dubai, and next stop is Australia, but in Arabic. I want to just tell you, Shukri Bilela.
I think we have to bleep that.
I'm caught in the wind, but never get lost in the wind. That's how my story begins. Woo! Baby, I'm all in. Had to go out again in the morning. I'm a balls and this balls I'm falling. But
There is no other way of putting that, but that was, well, horrendous for me. I can only imagine what it was like for you.
I did 32 hours on a plane in the 140 an hour period. I'm okay. I feel okay.
Your eyes are, my eyes are open to fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's great. I'm having a great time. Adam said he got us a really nice rental car. Great. It's a Peugeot. Fantastic.
So on the website, we you can go for a wild card or a random, whatever it's called. So we thought we might get a Mustang or something cool like that. It's a 3008.
Mediocre at best.
to the past, 'cause now life is lit. Call it all it. The kids strikes again.
Can you put this in? I've only got one hand.
I don't know how we're gonna fit another one.
A random car may not have been the best idea.
What you mean you don't know what I'm talking? I'm all.
So we have landed at Calder Park Raceway. So this is just outside Melbourne. This is where the event this weekend is going down. As you can see, prep is underway. They've got cool grandstands everywhere. There's a big wall run at the end. We got crazy drive. I don't think Australia's ever had an event this high profile or this big. No pressure. But yes, the finale of the LZ World Tour. We've had an amazing year, so I think it's going to be a really good finale. The fact that we've got a 6-rotor RX-7 and Mad Mike at this one as well, it's going to be wild. So we're going to go check out Keep It Reet's new HQ, which we haven't seen before. I was here back in February, March. I actually drove this layout. You can go back and watch that video. But it's a really cool track. But I actually want to go see the new setup the boys have, because they've come and they've checked our place out.
I might as well.
So let's go check out some cool Australian cars. All right. Alright guys, we are here at the brand new Keep It Reet HQ with Jason. Jason came over to Ireland, saw our new place, and he was saying that he was cooking up something at the time. We didn't know what it was, but this place is pretty wild. Just to give you an idea of Jason's daily here. This is not normal in Australia, right? This is very unusual.
It is very unusual. It snaps all the necks, and funnily enough, this weekend we're actually giving it away.
Giving away this truck. We'll show you a little bit more of that later on.
It's
so as you can see,
very upsetting that one is, because it's such a good car.
It doesn't even fit in the parking space outside your new place. It's that big. But you've got a brand new shop. You can see the sign right there. And without further ado, we could do a lot of talking here. I have to just walk in because this is wild. So we're going to go in and check out a bunch of cars that are here for the LZ World Tour this weekend, and also all the Keep It Reet stuff. This place is mind-blowing. And you were kept this super casual and humble, because Jason is like that. Like, oh, we're just doing a little HQ.
Little new factory.
Look at this place. So here we are in the middle, and as you can see, there is cars everywhere. We're just before the LZ World Tour in Australia, so everything's last minute, Jason. Getting the stickers done, getting the cars clean. You've had to build a couple of cars for this event. It's been hectic.
We got the keys. I think we settled 2 weeks ago.
So this was just a blank canvas 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, completely blank. It was an old brewery, hence the little raised bit here. Had all brewery equipment, and they literally needed, we wanted to try and do a deal where we could get in a tiny bit earlier. to try and get the floors done because those floors weren't painted or anything. So they had to get all their stuff out, and then it was literally just on settlement day. We're like, all right, organise everything we can, brand new hoists, floor. Had to wait for the floor to dry, then paint, and then. Yeah.
Sounds strangely familiar to me of the last minute dash. That, people are like, they must have taken months to do. It's like probably about 3 weeks ago this didn't exist. That's how quick we have to move in the game. So what we're going to do is do a quick run around the whole place because there's so much to get through here. But we're going to start with the car that I think everybody back home is fascinated by, which is your pro drift car.
Yes.
Which, take a guess in the comments now if you don't know what this is, because I thought it was some sort of Subaru legacy wagon. I'm pretty sure it looks like every old 80s estate car ever. But this is actually an R30 Skyline estate, essentially.
R31.
R31.
R31. It's a very Aussie car, very common here. Your nan will be taking this down to local shops, pick up the groceries and whatnot. Came with the single cam Nissan RB30 originally, and I started drifting in one of these cars, my first car that I learned in. Not a wagon, but a sedan, and worked my way up and changed motor combos and sort of knew how to build one of these cars, and they went through a few different chassis and then, went all in on a proper pro car.
And this is the Barra Wags, as you call it, right?
Yeah.
Which is because it has a Barra.
A Barra. Another Aussie icon of a thing, the 4-litre straight six. That just makes it's like the Aussie 2J is what they call it.
Yeah, and it's something that some people have experimented with this in Europe, but it really is alien to us. It's like it never came in any car we had in a scrapyard or anything at all, so it was a very foreign entity. But you run this one like over 700 horsepower in this.
It's 900 now.
900 horsepower in a Barra.
Yeah.
In what is essentially the strangest looking drift car I think I've ever seen. So let me just do top level here. So we know it's got a ton of power, turbo and all the good stuff. The suspension is S13?
It's S13, S14. Local guy, Acostal, Stu Bryan, I think you know him, he's been to Ireland and UK a bit. He's done it's like his own wise fab style thing. You can change Ackerman and all that stuff.
These are all custom, obviously, body parts because nobody makes anything for these.
It's all standard body. The only thing that we haven't really done to this thing is like go the lightweight route. So it's all factory doors, everything.
But where do you get a fender like this?
And all we've done, we've welded. It's a weld-on, custom grafted, and then bogged and painted.
So this is metal?
Yeah, it's all metal. Oh. Even the bonnet, like the vent we made, it's all heavy ass metal.
So it's basically the strongest body kit in drifting, essentially.
Yeah,
that's why it's still in one piece after a season. So it's got a ton of normal pro stuff, but what I love about this car is the interior, because it's so old school. It's just everything is a straight line, everything is square. Back in the days, they were like, let's put no flair whatsoever into this design. Square button, square dash, square everything. And it looks absolutely insane.
Full 80s, 90s, and of course top it off with the Nardi, you have to.
So you got the Nardi, you got the old school dash, then you've got, it's a very strange car, but we love this thing. We're going to see it rip at the weekend. First time I'll get to see it in the flesh, so I'm very excited about that. Then we got another bunch of cars here, including Mr. LZ's Evo, his Australian Evo, which has somehow found its way to keep it Reet.
Yep, we got well burdened with Adam's Australian cars, Evo one of them. The boys will tell you all about it. They had some fun with that, and obviously his 180 SX. But yeah, we just sort of cleaned this thing up as much as we could. I think we just retuned it. We didn't put a heap into this, but he wants to drive this thing around. So
this is the Australian daily for LZ, basically. But this is the view, right?
Yes.
I mean, for you guys are a little bit like us. You started doing events, merch, YouTube, all that kind of good stuff, and it kind of escalates right after a while. But you guys have escalated this to quite a ridiculous degree, because you guys do a lot of big giveaway cars, a lot of pro drifting, and you've got like a ton of drift cars, and this stacker behind me is probably the most impressive JDM collection I've seen.
I had to do it. As soon as I saw that you could get them locally, I was like, that's a flex, and it makes a lot of sense. Like as soon as I put the offer in and got accepted for the high roof factory, we're like, stacker time, make most of the space, fit as many cars as you could.
So you got two FDs, two R34 GTRs, an Evo 5, and I know this is a VL now because I've seen this back in March. I've been in this. You guys at home won't know what this is, but it's really fast, and it's probably one of the most unusual looking cars I've ever seen.
So much like the R31 Skyline, this actually adopted the motor from the Skyline. So this is a Holden, a full Aussie built car, and I think something to do with emissions, they couldn't run the motor, so they stole the Nissan RB30, the straight six 3-litre single cam, and a lot of people just make them fast and loud. And
this one's particularly fast, right? So
it is quite fast, but since you've been in it, there's been a few upgrades, like a nice big G42 and a turbo 400 3-speed.
But it's still automatic, which I think is hilarious. So they have a 3-speed automatic they use, but it's sort of like a manual three-gear shift.
It's a drag sort of thing. So it's got like the trans brake and stuff, so you can load up boost and launch and do all that stuff without braking them and shift as fast as you can.
And you're going to think this is the craziest type of vehicle that you're going to see like this, but it is not. Then we've got a beautiful R32 GTR. This thing is a work of art.
This thing is stupid. I don't want to talk about this thing because it's scary.
Tell me, first of all, before we get people's interest spiked, because it looks pretty, power-wise on this car?
You like horsepower, yeah? So I like the number better because for some reason in Victoria we always go kilowatt. So it's got 1,000 kilowatts, real-wheel kilowatts or all-wheel kilowatt, which is 1,500 horsepower.
1,500 horsepower in a street car. Australia. And you guys are renowned for your GTRs here.
Yeah.
And I've seen quite a few very impressive builds the last time I was here. But this,
I'll have to start it up for you.
This is another level. Like everything in here, even the fit and finish is phenomenal.
Yeah, the gold bits and all that. Runs 55 PSI through that big boy, and it just absolutely freight trains. Like I had to adjust suspension. Like the first time I had to adjust suspension for how much a car pulls because it was just lifting the front like off the ground, like uncontrollable, and because it was like all the power, all-wheel drive. It's like doing torque steery, weird front-wheel drive things, and yeah.
If you look here, you know it's not a normal GTR when the tire setup is this.
Drag tires.
Full drag tires on the front and the rear, just to actually control that power, right?
5.5 Mickey Thompson, drag R's.
Can you start it
all
up
around.
or?
Yeah, I'll see if the keys in it.
I've never heard that much chop from an RB.
An RB. It sounds like a V8 chop. So we're going to do a game of this is mad, this is lovely, and this is mad. You ready? So this is mad, this is lovely. It's like an NSXR style NSX.
It's like it's a late model NSX with like 30 or 40,000 kilometers on it, like no kilometers yet. And then at 35,000 kilometers, it got a full nut and bolt restoration for some reason. And
it's getting on a bit.
And then they've collected every single NSXR part you can: bonnet, headlights, kit, wheels, absolutely everything.
Trims, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely everything. So it's as close to you can get as an NSXR, brand new off the showroom floor, without spending $1 million.
These are up at nearly $1 million, aren't they, the NSXRs?
Yeah, so this one's worth, oh yeah, it's turbo as well, and manual, 300 kilowatts.
So turbo, manual, 35,000 kilometers, and a full restoration, and pretty much every NSXR part you can put on a car.
Yes.
And that would normally be mad enough. But it's not, because this doesn't make any sense at all.
This is like the complete opposite. Like,
I was about to say, you look
value
at,
for
it's
money.
Like, it's
right
like
here.
subtlety, style, impressiveness. Australia. Obnoxious. I don't know what's happening. So what you've done here is you put a turbo into a turbo into a turbo into a turbo. Did you watch like Exhibit on Pimp My Ride and go, I heard you like turbos. So we put a turbo on the turbo, you put a turbo on the first turbo.
Pretty much. This is just like the YouTube build where you're like, oh, we'll start with one. Oh, let's try a compound. Let's see if they work. Oh, I've got another turbo here. Let's just put that on too.
This is the most silly thing I've ever seen. So the car itself is another car we don't have, which is another Holden, I think.
Yeah, it's another Holden, so it's just a different model of the other one. Still got the Nissan RB30 straight six. So
I find it quite funny. I asked the horsepower of this because you'd expect with 4 turbos, it's pretty impressive.
It has boost. It has boost. So we did dyno it when we had 3 turbos, I think, and it was building like 30 PSI and up. We just wanted to spike right up. So we had to control the boost. So I think we ended up on like around 20 PSI with the like the idle air control valve like completely off. So that was basically bleeding the boost because it's got no external wastegates on this. And it made 175 kilowatts, so 200 and something horsepower.
But all of it, so you can't, because you blow the engine up with too much more boost, I would assume.
They can take it, the 3 litre bottom ends, like a bit, but not that much.
This bit here just dumps.
Yeah, so I think it's a 6-inch.
Like,
6-inch.
And look at the roof. Look
at the stuff that's fired out of this car.
So we had a bit of an event, and we made this thing into after we did all this, we're like, let's try and build a flamethrower as well. So you can probably see right here, we've got a little LS core pack sitting in there. LS1 core pack into a spark plug, and we tuned it to dump all fuel. So now it shoots like monster flames. So I'm sure we'll get that demoed later.
We're going to put we're going to steal a couple of shots from Keep It Reet for this, because you have to see this thing in full chat.
I mean, you don't really want to see it do it now and splatter every white car in the place.
It's just covered in mess.
Worth it.
We have basically drift cars that guests are driving at the LZ World Tour. So what we did in Ireland when we put up all our guest cars, you actually just put up ones that are way more complicated than that and way more pretty. So you have an S14 with a 1J, and then this is a borrowed car from another company.
Yep, that's a friend that actually does our roll cages, 21 fab.
These three Skylines are all your cars, which for some reason until now I haven't realised that you've got a 32 4-door, 33 4-door and a 34 4-door, all drift cars.
Love me 4-doors.
Which is very cool, and in very different distinct styles as well, which actually really works. So give us a quick top line spec on the three.
Alright, they're all RB. That's the only forged bottom end DET Neo. That is a weapon of a thing. It's a DE Neo. The motor that it came with is a non-turbo motor, which is the head gasket head studs, and it makes 420 raw kilowatts, so 550 or something horsepower. And it's just been going the whole time. Doesn't blow a single drop of oil, absolutely loves life. So touch wood, that keeps going.
This is my favourite because I drove it.
Yeah, you drove that one. That's another 420 kilowatt.
It looks a lot cleaner than when you drove it, Dave.
But when I drove it, there was many things that hit it, and then I had many things hit me as well, and then I hit some things. So it was rough. But now she is back to former glory, bright pink, looking good. Colette's driving it this weekend, right?
All of them are really like, not low power, but they're like just responsive and kind of maxing out what an RB should do without going crazy on them. So I think this one's also around like 450 kilowatts, so what's that, like 550, 600 horsepower, whatever.
Still quite a bit, like. So non-turbo Neos with turbos put on them seem to be reliable. You've heard it here first. I've never heard of anyone doing that.
I should try to keep that one quiet because I'm raising the price of
Just go buy them all now. Before. I actually really like the screamer pipe setup on this, which is quite
looks good at night. It's got twin 50mm wastegates and then in just a white pipe at the
so
hood.
it fires from all four.
Yeah.
You're getting a little pattern here of Keep It Reet that everything has to make flames and stick out the bonnet, basically. It's either super clean or very obnoxious, which I absolutely love. So this one, again, I battled you in this, Jace, when we were in the championship, and it was also very rough and bad at the time. You've rebuilt this again for this weekend, and who's driving this? This is Jimmy Oakes driving
this? Yeah, Jimmy Oakes driving it, yep.
Now Jimmy, I'm not saying he has a reputation, but he does like to get close to the walls, so you've prepared for that. Yeah. You told me about something that's weird at the back of this car.
Yeah. So this is like the first time. We don't normally do anything with rear ends and stuff. We normally just cave them in and then chop another rear end off, put it back on, which I think both those cars have had. But this one, we're like, you know what, we had over fenders, so like it kind of all lines up. So let's just chop it all out and run some magnets in the boot and some suspension.
So this is the bit that we were off camera. We've seen this car before because we had a lot of conversation, Josh and I, about some clever things here. Number one is the sort of shock absorbing.
I think they're off like a I don't know what you call them, like the Pee-wee 50, like the little, like the really small motorbikes or whatever.
Really? So it's like a motorbike shock. So that's just to take the hit. What I really found clever was this, which is like sort of these magnetic balls that go into these. So essentially if you hit something, instead of it all being clamped together like what you would normally with aero catches or whatever, this actually is supposed to pop the boot lid up so that it doesn't get broken.
Just to allow that to kind of freely move both ways. I think it gets a bit of movement. So you'll know you hit it, but it shouldn't kind of destroy everything is the idea. It kind of should just go back and...
I'm not saying Jimmy's going to test this, but I'm just saying I actually would like to see this work in action so that it could change a lot of our minds on how to do this in the future, because what I find is that we do clamshell cars in Europe quite a bit, but everything's very rigid. So once you hit one piece, the whole back end is gone off the car. So I wonder how this will work out. Not that I want to know this weekend, but we kind of probably, let's be honest. I'm sure we'll know.
I'm sure he will put it to the
For
test.
scientific purposes, we need to know what will happen. But downstairs here is super cool, but I know you guys love, like, if you're like us, I love a good shop tour. We always say I love rooting around the garage, right? They have an amazing setup here. So we're going to do a quick run around upstairs, because while the cars we're going to see for the rest of the weekend, this is the only chance we're going to get to show you guys all that they've been doing in, what, 3 weeks to turn this place into what I think is one of the coolest shops I've ever seen. So we're about to head upstairs, and this car is very special. This is the world's first 6-rotor RX-7. However, We're not going to show you that right now in this episode because I think it deserves a little bit of its own. And what I don't want to do is talk about it and people can't hear it or see it drift. So later in the weekend, we're going to do a full feature on this because I didn't even know 6 rotors was possible. I'm now thinking, what's not possible? 9 rotors, 12 rotors?
It's world's first billet 6 rotor. So I think the engine's 150 grand.
We don't have 150. Can we even afford to listen to it? That's the question.
Christ, that is a big boy there. No.
Look at you. What's his name?
Baxter.
He looks like a Baxter.
Baxter.
Hopefully he'll eat Lucas later on because he looks like they'd have a good fight.
Are you kidding me? They're going to be best friends here. Get on with a dog.
So this is like a chill out room upstairs, so you guys see all the LEDs on the wall. It's not quite finished yet, but I like the artificial grass, I like the bean bags. The vibes are good. In here we've got a little office, right? With many panels for many cars.
Yeah, so this is just the manager's office. It's actually the old tables from the old factory. We just sort of threw it together. And there's some of the panels of the car you drove.
Some of these are my faults. Just a few of them.
And there's a nice example of the quad turbo flame going on there.
Has a picture ever been more artistic and obnoxious at the same time?
It's like a work of art. Blue frame going into the orange.
And watch this, look, I love the view from here down the stairs, and then you got the cars down below. That's really cool, right? So we've got the chill out, we've got the office, the chill out room, but Keep It Reet have something that I think sort of a happy accident, but also that nobody else's shop has, which is a fully working bar.
It's full right now as well. It's going off. The boys always in here. Never working. That's it.
Well, this is why we don't put a bar in our place, because this is where everyone would just be all the time. And given that we're Irish, there would be there would actually be no need for the rest of the place. It would just be this.
We put on a fake bar. We don't have anything in there.
We've done a fake bar. We still have people queuing up for
I
drinks.
probably should have done the fake bar. Starting to realise it's probably an error.
It's a proper bar. Like, this was from the brewery that was here before you guys. So what a bonus to actually move in and have.
Definitely.
Not like you know when people in COVID all got their bars in their house, which was just pieces of 2x4 wood, and they just put a little sign on it. This is a proper bar. Like, you can actually host events here.
We've got our own brew as well. Not really, but
It's branded your guys.
What that means is that you get whatever you get, and it's just all Keep It Reet.
could be water, could be beer. You don't know.
Hopefully it'd be beer.
You know the place is new when we're still at certificate frame. so you're 3 weeks in when you're still trying to find pictures to fill the spots, which is very cool. And then, like, you can see Lucas being an idiot down there. This would be good for our place, because at the moment I can't see Lucas being an idiot all the time, but here I feel like I wouldn't miss him. I could see him all the time.
Oh, he's on a skateboard as well. There he goes. In this room.
The media center?
The media lounge, that's what we
Media
call it for some
lounge?
reason, just because it has the lounge vibe.
We'll just see if we get it.
You're not going to get the 10.
Oh, it wasn't bad. Some more stuff on the walls. Again, I love the fact that you've got this view from one side to the other. So from an office to an office, it's very almost like its own little town inside, because you've got so many. I've never seen an office that has this much viewing across it. Which
It's
is
almost
very-
like you planned it so you can keep a check on literally everyone around the place.
He
That's
sits
it.
up there with scowling at everybody all day, I'm sure. But I love the fact you can always see cars, whatever room you're in, which I think is really, really cool. So how many media staff have you guys got here?
I always forget. They grow all the time. 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4, and the manager Adam. So 5 media, 1 sponsorship, 1 event,
Wow.
4 workshop.
It's quite an operation at this stage.
It is.
And then we go down this very ominous staircase, which brings us back to the start where the truck is, which is like, this is yet to be finished, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like the shop front. So we've got like a little bit of merch, but it would be cool to have like a like a shop front desk kind of thing, like glass cabinet. But we've got like the trophy cabinet. It was actually already here, which worked quite well. So all my collected trophies over the years.
Like he's got a lot more trophies than we do.
Not only has he more trophies, but the size of the trophies is quite impressive.
still
This
that
one,
size. The
is
championship ones, yeah.
That's huge. That is like a 2-story house would need. You wouldn't even have the size of a room for that. I love the fact that you kept the theme going with the Keep It Reet and the neon and everything in there. It's very, very cool.
The id died on that one.
Yeah, that's okay.
Had a half
Keep Reet.
Keep Reet.
Got
Just Keep
half
Reet.
down.
Basically, this is a little tour of the place before we head to the LZ World Tour. We get back and we'll get more sort of updates on all these cars. You guys want to see them drifting. We want to see them drifting, so we'll show you more of that later. But for now, welcome to the new Keep It Reet HQ that we are super jealous and impressed of. And this is only 3 weeks work, so I can't wait to see what you guys do in 6 months. 5 weeks. If you do 5 weeks, the whole place might be different again. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less.
All right, my turn.
Do more, do more.
Premium 33. Damn, that does look cool.
I told you, bro.
I'm stoked on this. The good one.
Work it out, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more. What tell her?
It's a cut bumper.
She gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when
Hey
she drop.
Jimmy, see you on track.
Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might become an addict. Now I gotta have it, had enough with her. Yeah, now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way.
Just touched down in Melbourne. I'm reunited with my Australian 180SX for the first time in 4 years.
Melbourne, Australia for the final stop of the LZ World Tour.
We're going to be banging doors and banging walls. It is going to be ridiculous. All the guys are here.
Make sure you donate tickets on lzworldtour.com.
We're coming. We'll see you there.
I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more.
Alright guys, that has been a wild end to day one here in Australia. Keeper Reet's, which was a nice new workshop, is now covered in tire smoke from Adam LZ and Mad Mike. But if that's anything to go by, this weekend at Calder Park is going to be insane. It's going to be sensational. There's crazy cars, crazy show bills, people from all over the world, and you're going to be watching it behind the scenes on the Drift Games vlogs over the next few episodes. Right now, we got to go set the event up because there's a lot of people coming and it's going to be a big show. We'll see you on the next one.